All right, guys, welcome back. Today we're gonna bag this Nissan Hardbody. Already did the passenger side. It's done. Let me just give you a quick look to show you what we're gonna do on the driver's side, and I'm gonna try to do it in detail. So you can, if you haven't done your Nissan and you want to, then you're gonna get a good idea how to do it. And it's not that difficult. It's going to take a little time. So there you go. Lower control arm, upper control arm. There's the bag. It's a 6-inch bag. I put the Beltec drop spindles on it. Oh, and I had to relocate the shock mount. The shock mount used to come straight from the bottom of the lower control arm through the top and mount up here. So the bump stop I had to cut off. I'll be showing you. Just want to give you a little history here. And then I relocated the shock mount. Somebody hit me up and said, hey, that doesn't look strong enough, it's going to bend right here. No, it's not, because you can't see, but underneath there's a piece of angle iron that I welded on the bottom, and it's fully supported. That's a 1/4-inch steel piece of angle iron. Is not going to go anywhere, and if it does, I'll change it, but I highly doubt that it's going to bend. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is take off this stabilizer bar. It's already off the other side, so it is I think it's a 15 millimeter. Yeah, 15 millimeter up here. Like I said, I already got it off. And then there's right here, there's two more. It's bolted up here. There's two more bolts. Take those off, and then remove your stabilizer bar. Okay, once you got that out of the way, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the torsion bars, or the torsion bar, because the other side's done. Here's the torsion bar right here. Where it's connected to the lower control arm. So I'm going to take those off. Let's remove the torsion bar. It's a 15 millimeter. Right, that one's off. Okay, now gotta climb underneath the truck. Take this off, and then it's gonna release the key. And then there's a pin, or a little locking pin that I'll get off, and then the whole thing will slide out. Already cracked it. I had to get a cheater bar here. All right. It's got a lock nut on it, so got a little cheater bar. It's too long to get a socket on, so I have to use a wrench, and it's a 19 millimeter. Okay, you got that. So let me get this off. Let me get these two nuts off, and then I'm gonna show you how to get that pin out. Okay, here we are. Here's the torsion bar, and there's a little boot. Okay, I've already taken the other nuts off. Okay, here's the boot. It's no good. Take it off, and there's a ring right here that's gonna hold the torsion bar on. Some people cut it off, but if you just have a pair of needle nose pliers and stick it on each side of the ring and give it a good love tap, it'll pop off. Okay, you see that? Stick it on there. Let me see if I can put my camera down where you can see it. Maybe like that, okay? So, put the needle nose pliers on there. Okay, so I removed the ring and I pulled the torsion bar off. Okay, so next you want to remove the brake line. So get a 10mm, unscrew it. Mine's already loose, so I took that off. 14mm right here. Take these off, 2 on each side, and then pull this baby off. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this clip out right here. Okay, that's it. Get that out of the way. Don't lose your clip. Okay, 17mm right here. Here we go. All right, shock is out. Take off this outer ball joint. Right. All right, let's take that off. 19mm. There it goes. 400 taps later, popped off. All right, so now I'm gonna take off the spindle. Okay, for the lower ball joint, before you can take off the nut, you need to take off these two bolts first, and they are 17mm. Already loosened them up, so just to show you, you got to get these off first. So once you get those bolts out, pull this bracket off. Okay, and once you do that, you can get your nut off. Okay, so there you go. Once you take the nut off, get your pickle fork, stick it in there, bust that loose. And to disassemble the upper ball joint, it's just a 12mm. There's 4 bolts. Take them out. Okay, like I said, there's 4 of these bolts. So once you get that off, the spindle's ready to come off. I put a jack under it. And that's it. So the spindle is off. Let's see if I can take this off one-handedly. There you go. Only thing I need to do now is to take off this nut right here on the bottom, and then I'll tap it and it'll come out the other side where the torsion bar was, right there, and then it'll pop off. All right, so okay, I got the nut loose up. I got the nut loose, so that's off. Has some vice grips on this side. Pull that out. Okay, that's it. This lower control arm is ready to come off. Pull it off. Here we go. So I'm gonna take off the upper control arm now. 22mm. Let me take these off. Like I said, be very careful that you don't lose your shims, and make sure you put them back on the right side. Let me break these. The upper control arm has been removed, so we're going to continue on now. Okay, this is part one of the video. So thanks for tuning in. Hope you watched the whole thing. If you are bagging your Nissan, probably same thing with the Toyota, older Toyota. Actually, I'm sure it is. So thanks for tuning in again. Stand by for part 2. Next video we're gonna finish it up all bagged up. So see you on video number 2.